Football is my favorite sport to watch on TV. I love it. I like high school, pro, college, man. I love it, man. You know. I wish. I remember when I was in high school. Though. I remember in high school I was, I remember I was playing football. I went to an all-white high school though. We didn't have any black guys in my school district. And then I do remember my junior year of high school, we had one black guy move to our school district and sign up for football. Oh, we thought we was going to state. I ain't lying, man. That brother showed up. He's like, guys, look, there's a black in the team. It is fucking on this year. That guy fucking sucked, man. He was a foreign exchange student from France. I remember freshman, I never played football before. My buddy's like, Garrett, go for the team. I was like, all right, so I went up for the team. And the first game we ever played, we played an all-black high school. And they came to our school, you know? So we were all to the field doing our stretches, and the black high school pulled up. They didn't even stretch. They just got off the bus, stood on the 50, and started staring at us, you know? Then they started doing some kind of chant with their pads. It fucked us up. We didn't know what to do. They were just sitting there. I was like, Coach, you're not stretching. They stretch on the bus. Come on, guys, arm circles. Don't look at them, guys. Arm circles. Let's go big. Let's go backwards. They're not leaving. We're going to have to play. They're not leaving. I remember the first play of the whole game. We get the ball first, right? I'm the tight end. The linebacker on the black school, he started growling at us. We were lost. We didn't know what to do. First play of the whole game, here goes this brother. We get back to the huddle. He's like, Coach, they're growling at us. What do we do? They're growling. Our coach is like, growl back. Growl back, man. Swear to God, second down. Here he goes again. This dude on our team, rough. I go, what the fuck, Jeff? He said growl. Are you rough? Are you serious? Like a tiger or a lion, dude. It's like a teacup Yorkie. I always said my dream job would be to own a football team, like to own my own football team, you know, if I had my own team. First thing I would do, though, I know what it takes to have a good football team. First thing I would do is, if there are black guys on the team, I always tell people, make them the captain. Even not as good as white guys, don't worry, make them the captain, because it's all about that pregame speech, you know. Any guy in here that's ever played football, you know if you make a white guy the captain of your football team, and it's a white guy's job to get that pregame speech before the game, it's not going to come out right, you know, because white guys, we get too pumped, we get too amped thinking about the game, you know. We'll get tongue-tied halfway through our speech in the locker room, you know. Let's go! All right! Tonight! Yeah! Billy, Johnny! Get Johnny! The field! Let's go! Let's go! Let's fucking rock! Like, dude, it's JV, relax, fucker. Nobody's here with our parents, dude. Chill out, we're not even making the paper. Black guys will pump you up good. Black guys are doing shit during the game as a white player you didn't know you could do just in a pregame speech, man. Black guys will pump you up good. What time is it? What time is it? It's game time. It's game time. Holy shit, we're jumping, dude. What are we doing? I don't know, dude. The black is doing follow him, dude. What the fuck is this shit, man? I tell you what I don't like about the NFL. I don't like how they took away the end zone celebration, you know? Like if you score a touchdown, you can't celebrate, you know? But the NFL should have been honest with the public and said, look, this is a black penalty, you know? Because no white guy's ever been penalized for dancing in the end zone after he scored, you know? White guy scored, we're just shocked to be there, you know? We crossed the goal line, here you go. That was crazy, good blocking, guys, wow. No, get the camera away, get the camera away. No, team game, team game. Black guy scored. You know what the hell to do when a brother scores. I don't think brothers know what he can do half the time, you know? But I'll tell you what, when a brother scores, he knows right where the camera is. Since the brother crossed the end zone, he gets right to the camera. What's up, bitches? You should have sucked my dick in high school. I'm in the NFL now, bitch. Is that the new shit? What the fuck is this? Black guys are captain, man. And the one thing I would do, too, if I owned a football team, I would, first thing I would do, after I made my captains, I would go out and hire a black head coach. Because it makes sense to me. If 70% of the team is black, hire a coach that can relate to most of the players, you know? Plus, a black head coach can do shit a white head coach can't. Like, a black head coach can say the N-word. White head coach can't say that. And I think that would get you refocused on the sidelines getting called that, you know? I would know he means it, you know? Like, if you got a black head coach, you could be losing. It's 21-0 at halftime. Black head coach can come in, you know, God damn it! All you need to get your shit together. And you got the kicker, punter, and quarterback going. He's not talking to us. You black guys get your shit together, okay? Thanks for noticing, Coach. Thank you.
Gary Owen.
All right, good. All right, what's up, Vegas? They asked me, they said, where you want us to film your hour special? I was like, Las Vegas. Where else? Some of the best days of my life have been in Las Vegas. You know? I remember my first time in Vegas, I ran into Nate Dogg on the street. I said, you had the greatest rap lyric ever written. Lick my balls. That's the best rap lyric ever. Lick my balls. That song came out, I was in high school. I ain't know girls were licking balls. I was still trying to get a blowjob. Like, they lick the balls too? I called all my buddies up, like, we gotta get to the West Coast. Why? Girls are licking balls on the West Coast. And he said, it ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. I was like, you lick my balls, we together. I'm not sharing you with nobody. You my lady, forever my lady. Vegas, there's a lot of Mexicans in Vegas. Mexicans are everywhere, they're taking over the earth. I tell everybody, learn Spanish now, the revolution is here. I had a show in Alaska a couple weeks ago. There was Mexicans at my show in Alaska. I was like, you guys in Alaska? They say, hey, shut the fuck up, we're Eskimos. Burr, say burr, Eskimos forever. Live out in California, they're trying to kick all the Mexicans out. I'm like, no, man, let them stay. Let the Mexicans stay, man. I just built my first house. Mexicans built my house. 22 Mexicans built my house in 3 days. One fucking hammer. I never seen shit like that in my life. He would hammer, throw it, catch it, flick it back. So what else is going on in the earth? We got basketball, basketball, everybody's having locked out. NFL was locked out for a little bit. Basketball's locked out for a little bit, you know. I like last basketball season, man. I like the NBA Finals. I had a good time watching it. I like the Mavericks versus the Heat, you know. I saw some subliminal racist shit when I was watching the TV games of that. Because every time Dirk Nowitzki got the ball, the announcers say, watch out, Dirk Nowitzki's a lot quicker than he looks. What the hell's quick look like, motherfucker? Dirk Nowitzki gets the NBA Finals MVP. He can't even get a shoe. When the hell's a white guy gonna get a shoe? We are long overdue for a shoe. At this point, white people, we didn't own Nike or Adidas. We'll take Pony or Puma. Shit. Give me some Dirk Dada, some Steve Nash New Balance or something. I'll take some Keith Van Horn Kangaroos. I'll rock the Keiths. I don't know why I ever got mad at LeBron last year, you know, because he went from the most beloved player to the most hated because he left Cleveland and went to Miami. I'm a comedian. I travel every week. I've been to Cleveland, been to Miami. Not a tough decision if you ask me where I want to live. That's like asking some dude, hey man, who'd you rather fuck, Beyonce or Precious? I'm gonna go Beyonce. Go Beyonce on this one. Yeah, go Beyonce. But Precious raised you. You grew up with Precious. I don't want to fuck Precious no more. Saw this documentary on LeBron too called More Than a Game. They had his high school coach on there and his mom was on there, and they said LeBron was raised by a single mother in Akron, Ohio, and then interviewed his high school coach, and his high school coach was like, you know, if LeBron would have had a dad in his life, his game would be at a whole nother level. I said, I don't think so. I think LeBron's better because he didn't have a dad in his life. Because LeBron's got like a broken home type of game. Because you could tell there's some pent-up aggression coming from somewhere when he's on the court. Because he be dribbling hard, passing hard, dunking hard. Where the fuck is my dad, Mom? Shit! God damn! You know? You ever see Kobe Bryant? Kobe had a mom and dad. Bounce pass, layup. Hey, Dad! That's the one good thing about being a comedian, man. You get to meet a lot of athletes you probably normally wouldn't get to meet if I wasn't a comedian. Like I remember I met Dwayne Wade his rookie year. Now, Me and Dwayne are friends. We ain't best friends, and we cool, we friends, you know. I call him, he don't answer, but he'll text me back sometimes, you know. But I don't know why. My son's 10, right? My son's 10. Last year, my son was 9. You know, I don't know why my son said, he asked me, he goes, Dad, who's your best friend? I said, Dwayne Wade from Miami Heat. I know I said it, just popped out, thought he'd forget, right? Well, this past March, spring break comes around. I said, when do we do spring break? My son goes, I want to go to Miami. I want to go to a Heat game and meet your best friend, Dwayne Wade. I was like, oh, shit, are you serious? So I called Dwayne, he ain't answer. He texted me back a few days later, said come on down. And I tell people, man, you ever get a chance to go to an NBA game, go. If a player leaves you tickets, definitely go. What I don't recommend, a mistake that I made, was Dwayne left me a parking pass. So I got to park in the players' parking lot. Don't recommend it to the average person because, you know, I fly down to Miami, I got my son with me, we pulled to the arena. I'm feeling really good about my life at that point, you know? I'm in the Ford Explorer rental from Enterprise with the GPS and the XM in it. And Enterprise asked me, they was like, Mr. Owens, would you like XM radio? I said, how much is it? They said, $8 a day. I said, let's see, we here for 4 days, $32, get that shit. That's how your daddy does it, son. $32 ain't shit to me. I swear to God, we put in Miami Heat parking lot, there were some cars there I never heard of. My son looked at me, he was like, Dad, you gotta get your life together. What are you talking about? I got XM, son, $32. Then Dwayne, I had a parking spot. I had to park next to Dwayne's car, right? So Dwayne left me a parking spot, and Dwayne drove a Maybach that day, right? And in the rims of the Maybach, he had DW. He had DW in the rims. My son was like, dang, Dad, what kind of car is that? I was like, a Dodge Wind. Yeah, that's that new Dodge. That's that new shit. He said, well, it says Maybach on the back. I go, well, he got to take it back in May. That's not a good investment, son. We got to return that in 5 weeks, man. I must have bought that in June. He leased it. I'm not gonna talk about people too bad in this show, man. I'm a big believer in karma, man. Karma comes back on you, man. You know, especially nowadays with social media, Facebook and Twitter. You don't know who's following you, man. You know who's following me on Twitter? And I didn't even know was Tyrese. Tyrese is following me, and I didn't even know it. I'm at a party, and Tyrese came at me sideways because I talked about him a little bit on Twitter, right? Like I saw his girlfriend. His girl came up to me, and she's like, Gary. I was like, what's up, you know? And then she goes, hey, this is my boyfriend. I was like, what's up? And Tyrese was, oh, you didn't even look at me. He was just like, man, I'm real. I was like, what? Yeah, man, I'm just real. I go, I thought you were Tyrese. You know? And then he said, man, you talk about me on Twitter. I said, I ain't. And it didn't help that he's sober and I'm drunk, so my stuff's not coming out right. So he's like, yeah, I said, I ain't talking about you on Twitter. And then he quoted me, whipped his cell phone out and showed me like he favored it. You know, I guess I said, if Tyrese is such an expert at relationships, why is he divorced? You know, he ain't like that, you know? I said, well, I didn't mean it, man, sorry. And then he said, yeah, he whipped out another one. He goes, every time I saw Tyrese and Transformers, I kept waiting for him to give the Autobots deep relationship advice, you know? So he's coming at me, and people started gathering. And I was thinking to myself, man, Tyrese coming at me sideways? Like, people started to look at me like he was embarrassed of me. So I was just thinking, I was like, Tyrese coming at me sideways? Like, Jody? The Jody who got my hoe pregnant? The Jody can't handle his responsibilities as a motherfucking man? The Jody still lives at home with his mama? Jody run the streets like a little boy? Motherfucker, you a bitch! I ain't say that. But I thought it. True story. Football, man. Last summer was rough, man. When the football lockout, I thought the football was going to end. You know, I was like, damn, there ain't no football. I know what I was going to do, man. Football is my favorite sport to watch on TV. I love it. I like high school, pro, college, man. I love it, man. You know. I wish. I remember when I was in high school, though. I remember I was playing football. I went to an all-white high school, though. We didn't have any black guys in my school district. And then I do remember my junior year of high school, we had one black guy move to our school district and sign up for football. Oh, we thought we was going to state. I ain't lying, man. That brother showed up. He's like, guys, look, there's a black in the team. It is fucking on this year. That guy fucking sucked, man. He was a foreign exchange student from France. Then I remember freshman, I never played football before. My buddy's like, Gary, go for the team. I was like, all right. So I went up for the team. And the first game we ever played, we played an all-black high school. And they came to our school, you know? So we were all to the field doing our stretches. And the black high school pulled up. They didn't even stretch. They just got off the bus, stood on the 50, and started staring at us, you know? Then they started doing some kind of chant with their pads. It fucked us up. We didn't know what to do. They were just sitting there. I was like, Coach, they're not stretching. They stretch on the bus. Come on, guys, arm circles. Don't look at them, guys, arm circles. Let's go big. Let's go backwards. They're not leaving. We're going to have to play. They're not leaving. I remember the first play of the whole game. We get the ball first, right? I'm the tight end. The linebacker on the black school, he start growling at us. We were lost. We didn't know what to do. First play of the whole game, here goes this brother. We get back to the huddle. He's like, Coach, they're growling at us. What do we do? They're growling. Our coach is like, growl back. Growl back, man. Swear to God, second down. Here he goes again. This dude on our team, rough. I go, what the fuck, Jeff? He said growl. Are you roughing? Are you serious? Like a tiger or a lion, dude. It's like a teacup Yorkie. I always said my dream job would be to own a football team, like to own my own football team, you know, if I had my own team. First thing I would do, though, I know it takes to have a good football team. First thing I would do is if there are black guys on the team, I always tell people, make them the captain. Even not as good as white guys, don't worry, make them the captain, because it's all about that pregame speech, you know. Any guy in here that's ever played football, you know if you make a white guy the captain of your football team, and it's a white guy's job to get that pregame speech before the game, it's not going to come out right, you know, because white guys, we get too pumped, we get too amped thinking about the game, you know. We'll get tongue-tied halfway through our speech in the locker room, you know. Let's go! All right! Tonight! Yeah! Billy, Johnny! Get Johnny! The field! Phil, let's go! Let's go! Let's fucking rock! Like, dude, it's JV, relax, fucker. Nobody's here but our parents, dude. Chill out, we're not even making the paper. Black guys will pump you up good. Black guys are doing shit during the game as a white player you didn't know you could do just in a pregame speech, man. Black guys will pump you up good. What time is it? What time is it? It's game time. It's game time. Holy shit, we're jumping, dude. What are we doing? I don't know, dude. The black is doing follow him, dude. What the fuck is this shit, man? I tell you what I don't like about the NFL. I don't like how they took away the end zone celebration, you know? Like if you score a touchdown, you can't celebrate, you know? But the NFL should have been honest with the public and said, look, this is a black penalty, you know? Because no white guy's ever been penalized for dancing in the end zone after he scored, you know? White guys score, we're just shocked to be there, you know? We crossed the goal line, here you go. That was crazy, good blocking, guys, wow. No, get the camera away, get the camera away. No, team game, team game. Black guy score. You know what the hell do when a brother scores? I don't think brothers know what he can do half the time, you know? But I'll tell you what, when a brother scores, he knows right where the camera is. Since the brother crossed the end zone, he gets right to the camera. What's up, bitches? You should have sucked my dick in high school. I'm in the NFL now, bitch. Is that the new shit? What the fuck is this? I remember when she got pregnant with my youngest sister, Ashley, the youngest one, man. Oh, she got pregnant by the dude who lived across the street in the trailer park. I didn't know she was messing with a dude across the street, right? So it messed me up because he had a son my age. I ain't like his son ain't like me, but now he's got the trump card every time we get in an argument, you know? Because we be arguing, he'd be like, whatever, well, my daddy fucked your mama! So? Everybody fuck my mama. Ain't like your daddy special. You acting like your daddy's got game. You got a 6-pack of Coors Light, you got a shot. Hard time, man, you know, because my youngest sister, man, she's a lesbian. She came out a couple years ago, man. That was hard on my mom, man. You know, you a woman, you have one daughter. Mom's got 4 boys and 1 girl. You have one daughter, you know, you think, weddings and grandbabies, it ain't happening, you know. My mama had me talk to her. Gary, see if it's a face. Talk to her. See if it's a face. So she had me talking to Ashley. I was like, Ashley, you think you might like boys one day? I like girls. I was like, don't yell at me. I don't give a shit. Mom wanted to know. But I got to thinking, man, because straight people always wonder about gay people. Always wonder, are they born gay or they turn gay? I asked my sister. She said she was born that way. I said, all right, well, I guess gay people are born gay then, you know? Then I thought about some more. I said, well, I think that's true for women. I don't think it's true for men. I really don't. I really thought about this. I don't think gay guys or straight guys, I don't think you make a decision when you're out in the world, I'm gonna be straight or gay. I don't think when you're in your mother's stomach, it's preordained in the bloodstream, I'm gonna be straight or gay. I think on the way out, as you're being born, fellas, right in this area, you make a decision that's gonna affect the rest of your life if you're gonna be straight or gay. Right in here, you make a choice if you're gonna be straight or gay, right? Because I think straight guys, I think maybe Armand's got some good stuff, you know? Because when we was on the way out, we was like, damn. Ooh, this shit feels good. Ooh, I wanna get in this again one day. This is home, this is home. It's like a warm jacuzzi in here, this is nice. I just think gay guys, I just think maybe their mom stuff wasn't up to par that day, you know? Because they was on the way out like, this is fucking nasty! It's in my mouth. It's in my mouth. It's in my mouth. It's in my mouth. Clean me off. I never want to be initiated. This and that. All right, it's in my nose. It's in my nose now. It's in my nose and my mouth. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Just a theory. Just a theory. I could be wrong. Got my own kids now, man. Got my own kids, man. Got a boy and a girl. I got 10-year-old. My kids are mixed too. They're half black and half white. I'm the white. Mom's black. She's not confused. I'm up here, man. Yeah. It was tough on me when I found I was gonna have my son, so it kind of solidified. I got a black girl pregnant. I was a little worried, you know, because I was worried about telling my mom, you know, because the interracial shit don't go down too well in the park, you know, so I didn't know if she was gonna react. I just remember I came to the trailer, man. I was like, Mom, got a surprise. What is it? I was like, you're gonna be a grandma. She's like, are you serious? I was like, mm-hmm. She's like, well, bring her by, I want to meet her. I was like, all right, I'll bring her by tomorrow. So I brought her to the trailer, right? And I said, don't walk in initially. I'm gonna give you a signal when it's cool. I don't want shit to jump off. So I'm gonna let you know when everything's cool. I just remember when I got to the trailer, you know, I walked out, I said, Mom, about to bring her in. She goes, oh, Gary, I'm so excited to meet her. I can't wait. I made a supper, and for dessert, I made us brownies. I go, oh, speaking of brown, Mom, you know? I mean, of all days to make brownies, that was Jesus on my side, yes, because she could have made a carrot cake, but she made brownies that day. I just remember when I walked her into the trailer, that's the only time I've ever heard my mom cuss in her whole life, when I walked in the trailer. I was like, all right, Mom, here she is. She goes, hi, it's nice to meet. What the fuck, Gary? Gary, can I speak to you for a minute? She took me to the back of the trailer. She said, Gary, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why you always messing with them black girls, Gary, huh? Come on, Gary, start messing with white girls, okay? Come on, Gary, come to the light. Come to the light. I was like, it's hot out there, Mom. I'm cool in the shade. Stay back here. You know. Because I was like, we doing all white high school. I tried to go out with white girls growing up. They didn't want to go out with me. I was asking them out. Want to go out? No. Want to go out? No. Want to go out? No. I was like, fuck. You know? And I was 17. I moved to Washington, D.C. A lot of black girls in Washington, D.C., and they liked me. They was asking me out. So I made a decision when I was 17. I was like, fuck who I like. Who likes me, goddammit? This is stupid. I'm going to get some of this shit. First time I had sex with a black girl, I'm a teenager, I don't know any better. I think I'm gonna tear it up. I was like, I'm about to tear this up. That fast it was over. I go, oh shit. And the black girl could have made me feel bad. You quit coming, motherfucker, get out of my house. But she didn't say that. She go, it's okay, baby, I know it's the bomb. I go, true. Yeah. Give me some confidence, man. All my white friends was tripping when they found I got a black girl pregnant. You know, they asked me a question. Gary, what's it like? Tell us, what's it like? I've heard stories. Tell us. I don't know, I like it, shit. You know what it feels like when I'm on the road, man? It feels like I'm David Hasselhoff to black people, you know? It does, man. It's like white people got the Hoss and black people got Gary. Like I could have my own Baywatch right now, I really could. It'd just be me, and I'd be running the beach in my red swim trunks, you know? But it'd be all black people on my beach, you know? And then somebody would yell out, excuse me, are you certified? Don't worry about it. Nobody's getting in the water anyway. Shit. That'd be the safest beach ever. There'd be no shark attacks on that beach. Because sharks don't bite toes, and that's all that's in the water is toes. Take a picture, Karen. Ooh, a seashell. A seashell. I can hear the ocean. We at the ocean. Shit. So surround sound shell. I remember the first time when I first did LA, man, I was like 20, 21. I got invited to my first all-black pool party. I did not know that when you go to a pool party with all black people, nobody gets in the pool. I didn't know that shit. I didn't know that the pool is a centerpiece, you know? I showed up, I was ready to go swimming, man. I had my swim trunks, my flip-flops, a beach ball. I came walking in, I looked around, all the brothers had on linen and gaiters, like, damn, you wore your gaiters to a pool party? I remember I was at the party, I was there for like 2 hours. I was like, somebody get in the fucking water. I'm sitting there, man. I was like, nobody get in the water. So I'm hot, so I start getting closer to the pool. I start putting my feet in. We should get in. It's good. That didn't work. So then I got on the diving board. See if I'm gonna say anything. Then I walked to the end of the diving board. You know, see if I'm gonna say anything. Nobody say anything. So then I started jumping up and down on the diving board. It was funny because the more I jumped up and down on the diving board, the more all the black people surrounded the pool. Everybody thought I was dancing. Like they was hyping me up. They was like, do that shit, do that shit. I was like. You should have seen how the whole party went in slow motion and everybody realized I was gonna jump into the water. They was like, do that shit, do that. No, he's jumping in. I was like, cannonball! I got kicked out of the fucking party, man. I was like, hey, get the fuck out! What'd I do? I remember I had to get out, I got kicked out of the freaking party and had my towel on, I was walking to my car, had my head down. Everybody's just looking at me like, you know, I was like, sorry, I messed up your pool party. I didn't know I was supposed to get in the pool. So I saw the flyer, there was people in the pool on the flyer. You should probably get a different flyer. There's people in the pool. You probably put them all around it and don't put them in. You know, I read the flyer, I saw it. So. I remember right before I got to my car, one brother hemmed me up. Hey, motherfucker, you ruined my gators. You got my gators wet. I was like, they're alligators. You're fine. You live in the water. You're okay. The brother with the hush puppies, he's fucked. Yeah, because puppies don't live in water. Yeah, you don't puppy paddle, you doggy paddle. Puppies can't survive. I'm not gonna talk about people too bad in this show, man. I'm a big believer in karma, man. Karma comes back on you, man. You know, especially nowadays with social media, Facebook and Twitter. You don't know who's following you, man. You know who's following me on Twitter, and I didn't even know was Tyrese. Tyrese is following me, and I didn't even know it. I'm at a party, and Tyrese came at me sideways because I talked about him a little bit on Twitter, right? Like I saw his girlfriend. His girl came up to me, and she's like, Gary. I was like, what's up? You know? And then she goes, hey, this is my boyfriend. I was like, what's up? And Tyrese was, oh, you didn't even look at me. He was just like, man, I'm real. I was like, what? Yeah, man, I'm just real. I thought you were Tyrese. You know? And then he said, man, you talk about me on Twitter. I said, I ain't. And it didn't help that he's sober and I'm drunk, so my stuff's not coming out right. So he's like, yeah, I said, I ain't talking about you on Twitter. And then he quoted me, whipped his cell phone out and showed me like he favored it. You know, I guess I said, if Tyrese is such an expert at relationships, why is he divorced? You know, he ain't like that, you know? I said, well, I didn't mean it, man, sorry. And then he said, yeah, he whipped out another one. He goes, every time I saw Tyrese and Transformers, I kept waiting for him to give the Autobots deep relationship advice, you know? So he's coming at me, and people started gathering. And I was thinking to myself, man, Tyrese coming at me sideways? Like, people started looking at me like he was embarrassed to me. So I was just thinking, I was like, Tyrese coming at me sideways? Like, Jody? The Jody who got my hoe pregnant? The Jody can't handle his responsibilities as a motherfucking man? The Jody still lives at home with his mama? Jody run the streets like a little boy? Motherfucker, you a bitch! I ain't say that. But I thought it. True story. Football, man. Last summer was rough, man. And when the football lockout, I thought the football was going to end. You know, I was like, damn, there ain't no football. I know what I was going to do, man. Football is my favorite sport to watch on TV. I love it. I like high school, pro, college, man. I love it, man. You know. I wish. I remember when I was in high school, though. I remember in high school, I remember I was playing football. I went to an all-white high school, though. We didn't have any black guys in my school district. And then I do remember my junior year of high school, we had one black guy moved to our school district and signed up for football. Oh, we thought we was going to state. I ain't lying, man. That brother showed up. He's like, guys, look, there's a black in the team. It is fucking on this year. That guy fucking sucked, man. He was a foreign exchange student from France. Then I remember freshman year, I never played football before. My buddy's like, Gary, go for the team. I was like, all right. So I went up for the team. And the first game we ever played, we played an all-black high school. And they came to our school, you know? So we were also in the field doing our stretches. And the black high school pulled up. They didn't even stretch. They just got off the bus, stood on the 50, and started staring at us, you know? Then they started doing some kind of chant with their pads. It fucked us up. We didn't know what to do. They were just sitting there. I was like, Coach, you're not stretching. They stretch on the bus. Come on, guys, arm circles. Don't look at them, guys. Arm circles. Let's go big. Let's go backwards. They're not leaving. We're going to have to play. They're not leaving. I remember the first play of the whole game, we get the ball first, right? I'm the tight end. The linebacker on the black school, he started growling at us. We were lost. We didn't know what to do. First play of the whole game, here goes this brother. We get back to the huddle. He's like, Coach, they're growling at us. What do we do? They're growling. Our coach is like, growl back. Growl back, man. Swear to God, second down. Here he goes again. This dude on our team, rough. I go, what the fuck, Jeb? He said growl. Are you roughing? Are you serious? Like a tiger or a lion, dude. It's like a teacup Yorkie.
All right. He's fucked up. Like, all right, good night. You can't give me, here's the problem with these specials. You can't give me the loudest applause in the beginning, because then I got nowhere to go but down after that. Be like, dang, he was good the first 30 seconds, but the rest of that shit was bullshit. You know? So I'm actually very glad I chose this area to do my special, because one, it's diverse, and then there's no reason not to be here on time, because you do have BART, and you could drive here also. I don't take the BART anymore, because I fell asleep on it one time and woke up in Richmond. I didn't know. I woke up, I was like, where am I at? And there were like 5 brothers standing outside. Come here, man. I was like, the dude was like, this is the last stop. I said, well, I'm going home with you. Shoot. That's the best part about my job, though, is like we get to travel everywhere, you know? And even when I leave the country, it always fucks in my head when I leave the country, because I forget not everybody speaks English. And I also forget it's my job to learn the language of the country I'm going to. Because I remember like about 10 years ago, I went to Japan. Never been to Japan before. I get there before all the other comedians, so I'm by myself like the first day. So I'm walking around Tokyo, and I walk into this restaurant, and I sit down, and I look at the menu, and it's not translated, and then nobody in the restaurant spoke English, and I swear to God, the menu didn't have no pictures. And I looked at this menu for like 15 minutes, thinking somehow I was gonna magically learn Japanese. And then the waiter came over, he started talking to me. He don't speak English, I don't speak Japanese. We get nowhere fast. I don't know why the fuck I went to Spanish, thinking that was gonna help the situation in Japan. But I started speaking Spanish in a Japanese accent. I go, oh, gracias. Gracias. No, oh no, oh no, oh no. I just gave up. Adios, adios. Adios. Flying's interesting too. Like comedians, we fly more than flight attendants. You know, the thing about flying as a comedian is like most comedians, the first few years of your career, you fly coach. Like I remember the first 10 years of my career, I was coach. But then you fly so much on like American, United, Delta, they'll start upgrading you. And it's weird mentally to make that transition from coach to first, especially when you're not paying for first. Because then you get to the airport, you feel like you're cutting because you're boarding first. Then they sit you in the front of the plane. I wish first class in the back of the plane. I don't like it in the front because you got to sit there and everybody got to walk by you. And you don't want to make eye contact with anybody because you don't want the people walking by you. You don't want them to think that you think you're better than them because we all judge people. Because I'll tell you this, if I'm in first and I see a dude get on the plane with a Gucci backpack, Louis Vuitton belt, Prada sunglasses, diamond chain, and the motherfucker's in 3060. So you have $85,000 worth of accessories, and you couldn't spend the extra $300 to sit in the front? Your shit might be fake. I don't like switching the seats when I'm on a plane. Don't ask me. Can't stand that shit. Because when you get your seat, whoever asks you to switch, they give you a guilt trip if you say no, like you in the wrong. Because, you know, I sit on the A side. I know I like to sleep like this. I can't stand it when people ask me to switch seats because they don't give up. They'll just come over. Excuse me, sir? 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 You mind switching seats so I can sit next to my husband? He'll be all right. Please, sir, please, please. Fuck, how long you been married? We've been together 30 years. So you've been with this motherfucker for 30 years and you can't be away from him for 4 hours? You talking the wrong motherfucker about marriage right now. Let me tell you about my motherfucking marriage real quick. Not the fuck with you, They walked away, so. But I tell you what, the best thing about first though is like, it's not the chairs, they're a little bigger. You get fed, man. You get like hot meals. But here's the problem with airlines. Most domestic flights, you got 4 rows of first and you got 4 seats a row. That's 16 first class seats. So you figure they would put 16 delicious meals on the plane. They don't. They put 8 delicious meals, 8 bullshit meals. And you better hope you're in the first 8 seats so you can get a delicious meal. Because sometimes I'll be in like row 3 or 4 and it'll hit me, I go, fuck. I ain't gonna get a delicious meal. And you gotta listen to the flight attendant go to 1A and explain the difference in the meals, you know? Hi, will you be joining us for dinner tonight? I'm hungry. Okay, we got 2 choices on this flight. Our first choice is a seared steak, loaded baked potatoes, Caesar salad with a piece of cherry cheesecake. Our second option, bologna on a stick with celery and carrots. Like, well, that's a hell of a window, ain't it? And you just sitting there and you just listening to all the steaks leaving first. You're like, fuck, he want a steak, she got a steak, he got a steak, he got a steak. I ain't gonna get a steak. And then you realize you was nice and you switched seats. You was supposed to be in 2A. Now you're looking at the lady, hey bitch, don't take my steak. I don't like talking to people on planes. Please don't talk to me. Because here's the problem when you talk to somebody on a plane. If you sit down next to me and you ask, and I think the icebreaker is, what do you do for a living? That's what most people ask. If you get on a plane, you sit down next to me, and that's the question you ask me, hey, what do you do for a living? It tells me a couple things. One, it tells me you don't know who I am. So I'm definitely not going to say comedian, because if I tell you I'm a comedian and you don't know who I am, I'm going to get 3 responses. One, tell me a joke. That ain't going to happen. I'm off work. Or they want to tell me a joke, which I don't want to hear. It's going to be long. Ain't going to be no payoff. And now I got to give them a fake laugh. Or they always ask you, I think comedians were the only line of work they ask you to know somebody. Are you a comedian? Hey, do you know Frank Smith in Milwaukee, Wisconsin? He's a local comedian in Milwaukee. Been any TV shows, any movies or anything? Oh, no, it's a local guy trying to get us down with their Frank Smith, Milwaukee, local guy. How the fuck? When I know Frank Smith from Milwaukee, they don't do that shit to nobody else. Nobody goes up to LeBron James. LeBron, you know David Jackson plays basketball at the YMCA in Dublin on Tuesday nights? How the fuck would he know David Jackson plays basketball in Dublin on Tuesday? I don't know. He both play basketball. Thought you might know him. David's a beast. He'd be going for like 10 points a game on Tuesday. Yeah, he's left-handed. He's an over 30 leg running shit. I'm glad you guys are laughing, because we're in a weird state to be a comedian right now. Because, people are always asking, like, is cancel culture messing up your shit? Is it messing up your shit? Cancel culture has nothing to do with live shows. Live shows are great. The problem is if somebody comes to a live show, they bootleg 30 seconds to a minute of your act, they put it on YouTube, and then the motherfuckers that don't like your joke get mad at you, and they come up with all these reasons why they try to cancel you. And the funny thing is, I never meet these motherfuckers in real life. And then, if you mad at a joke that I said on YouTube, you probably ain't ever seen me live anyways. That's the problem. I had one person get mad. The joke was 18 years old. I said, motherfucker, you late as fuck. He was like, don't ever see him. I go, bitch, I ain't telling that joke no more. What the fuck? I was talking about the president being black. That ain't been around a minute. The fuck? But like all the shit you really want to talk about and people want to talk about, motherfuckers like, you can't be talking about that shit, you know? Like you're not supposed to talk about guys with dicks that don't want their dicks no more. Slow crowd. Not supposed to talk about girls with no dicks that want a new dick. Bruce and Caitlin fucked the game up, man. Put that dude on the cover of Wheaties. Whole time he wanted to be on Fruity Pebbles. Because here's a problem. Here's a problem. What the real problem is, like, everybody wants to be the same now, and we're not. Like, especially men and women, we different. We're not the same. And now all these different jobs, they want to hire people, and you got to meet a quota instead of hiring the best person for the job. But the fact of the matter is, some jobs women should have, and some jobs men should have. We're not the same. Like a dental assistant should be all women. I don't want this thick finger motherfucker showing up, putting them big protein-enhanced fingers in my motherfucking mouth. I want tiny-ass fingers in my mouth. Then he's numbing me up. He's standing right here. My mouth's open. Come on, bro! So if you a dude and you a dental assistant, quit. Nobody wants you there. Ain't nobody looking forward to seeing your thick-fingered ass. Nurses should be all women. The fuck you doing? You a grown man. You a motherfucking nurse. Because I'm just saying, when you get sick, as anybody, when you get sick, who you want to take care of you? Either your wife, your mom, or your grandma. Not your fucking Uncle Daryl. Ain't nobody want to see you at the motherfucking hospital. Shit, listen, I had knee surgery last year, and I'm coming out of anesthesia. I'm in and out, right? I'm half in and out. I'm all fucked up. My knees all fucked up. And then I had a female nurse, thank God. And then I couldn't eat or drink until I took a piss. So I couldn't piss. So there's like, my nurse came in, and I'm half out of it, right? And she goes, Gary, she goes, we gotta put a catheter in you so we can drain you so you can get something to eat and drink. Are you okay if I put the catheter in, or would you prefer a male nurse? I woke up. I said, why the fuck would I want a male nurse? I went right back to bed. What kind of question's that? And if there are any nurses in the audience, thank you. Thank you for what you do. This is God's work right there. You know? Because I don't know how nurses do it, man. You see a lot of shit. I mean, you can see a lot of shit. You got white people. I don't know how nurses be wiping people. I couldn't do that shit. There's some shitty-ass patients in my hospital. You hitting that buzzer, I'll shut myself. Well, it's 3:45. I'm off at 4:30, so you gotta wait about 45 minutes. You're not gonna change me? Nah. I've been here for 12 goddamn hours. You gonna shit yourself right before I clock out? I told you not to eat the tapioca. Nursing homes should be all women, men. We can landscape and we can work in the kitchen. We don't need to be going into old people's rooms. Because I'm just saying, if I reach the age of like 90 and my family just can't take care of me anymore and they want to put me in a nursing home, I don't want to look at a dude every day. I want to look at a little pussy on the way out. I ain't gonna do nothing with it. I just want to look at it. I'm gonna be a dirty old man too. I'm telling you, I'm gonna be a dirty, nasty old man. Be hitting my buzzer and Mr. Gary, I shit myself. 15 minutes later, and I shit myself again. Mr. Gary, you did not shit yourself. Must have been a wet fart. And I'm saying whatever I want to those nurses when I'm 90. What are you gonna do, write me up for sexual harassment? I'm fucking 90. Take me to court, judge is like, nurse, I didn't feel comfortable with him, he sexually harassed me. Judge is like, who? Him. I'm over here. If you don't get your ass out of my courtroom, motherfucker can't even walk. Yeah, but I'm saying whatever I want when I'm 90 to them nurses. Ooh, whatever I want. Because I really ain't got time to bullshit. I ain't trying to flirt. I'm getting right to the point. As soon as they come in the room. Mr. Gary, would you like to fuck? Now, I understand I'm 90. If I ask that question to 100 nurses, 99 are going to say no. I just got to meet that one. Probably like her first day on the job. All the other nurses are using me. It's almost like a initiation into the nursing home. I'm like, ooh, you gotta go to room 6. Mr. Garrett just bust. She comes in the room. First day? Would you like to fuck? I don't think I'm supposed to be doing anything like that. It's my first day. That's not very appropriate. I don't know what the fuck she talking about. She ain't say no. I'll put you in my will. You can have everything I have. I pass away. All my family's at the lawyer's office. My kids are rubbing their hands together. Whoo, let's see what dad left us. My lawyer walks in. Okay. First off, I want to thank everybody for coming to the reading of Gary Owen's last will and testament. Not sure why there's so many people here. Looks like Gary left everything. Bank accounts, cars, homes, to a Cheryl Jackson. Everybody's looking around, who the fuck is Cheryl Jackson? Cheryl comes walking in, how you doing? I'm Cheryl. Cheryl, who are you? Oh, I'm sorry, my name's Cheryl, and I like to fuck. People always ask me, somebody said, he going out with a bang. That's funny. You might be my roommate. Would you like to fuck? Well, if she don't, I'll fuck her. That's going to be funny as fuck. People always ask me too, they always ask comedians like, what did we do before we were stand-ups, you know? And I always tell people I was in the military. They always think I'm lying. Like, what? Motherfucker, you wasn't really in the military? I said, yeah. Here's the funny thing about my time in the military. The crazy part is, I was on TV and in the Navy at the same time. And I'll tell you how it happened. I was stationed in San Diego. And I'm doing stand-up on the weekends and on my off nights, right? But no, the Navy don't know I'm really trying to be a stand-up. So I'm driving in my car, and I hear this radio station, Z90 in San Diego. They was like, we're looking for the funniest black comedian in San Diego. So I called in. And I didn't say I was white or black. I just called in and left my name. And I put a little bass in my voice. Hey, what's up? Is this a contest? Yeah, you want to sign up for that shit? Yeah, I won't be there. I think they knew I was white when I said my name. What's your name? Oh, yeah, that's Gary. Ain't nothing gangster about Gary. So I showed up at the contest. I won it. First prize was an audition for Comic View. So I go up to LA, I audition for Comic View, I get on Comic View. So back in the day, this TV show Comic View, it was a contest. And they taped the whole season. Yeah, they taped the whole season in 1 week. So it was Monday through Friday. They did 5 episodes a day. So they get 25 episodes in. All I did, I took a week's leave, drove up to LA, recorded Comic View, came back down to the base. I thought nothing of it. A couple months later, I'm airing now on BET, yet I'm on the base working. So I'm waving cars on the base, and I'm on TV. And every now and then her brother will pull on the base and be like, motherfucker, was you on TV last night? Yeah, keep it going, player. All right, have a good day. So then, a couple months later, I get this phone call from this guy named Curtis Gatson. He was the head of BET. His assistant called and was like, Mr. Gatson would like to meet with you. I go up to LA, meet with him. He said, we want to make you the host next year. I said, oh shit, I'm still in the Navy. So, like I said, the Navy don't know I'm doing stand-up. BET don't know I'm in the Navy. That's how I'm gonna do this shit. So I had 6 months left of my enlistment. They weren't filming for another 3 months. So what I did, I went back to my base and asked, can I get out 3 months early? And they was like, what for? I said, I got a TV show. And they was looking at me like, motherfucker, we heard of some lies. But I think they thought it was like public access or something. So when BET actually sent them the contract, they found out it was legit, I had to go in front of a board. So I go in front of this board, there's 4 people on the board, right? When I walked in the room, I saw there was 3 black dudes and 1 white dude on the board. So I looked at it like, oh, I got a shot here. This is definitely a jury of my peers for this TV show. And my chief was a brother, and even before I walked in the room, I knew he was gonna be on the board. He goes, Gary, we know what's going on, man. We're gonna make sure you're good. I said, I appreciate that, chief. So I go in front of the board. Why did the 1 white guy, the warrant officer, did not want to let me out? He was like, no, I need him. Like my ass was the difference between the Navy making it or not for the next 6 months. Like if I get out, Navy's going to shit for sure. So I'm standing there and we're having this back and forth. I'm pleading my case. And honestly, I wish everyone in this room at one point in your life could have the feeling of empowerment I had at that very moment. Like it hit me. I go, oh shit, I'm not asking. I'm telling them I'm getting out. Honorable, dishonorable, I don't care. Because it hit me, and it's held true. I've never been hired for a TV show, a movie, or a comedy club, and they've asked me for my military record. It's never fucking happened. So I was like, oh shit, I'm getting out. So I just told him, I said, sir, with all due respect, I'm not asking. I'm getting out. He was like, you can't tell me what you're gonna do. You can't tell me what you're gonna do. I said, I will do a line of cocaine on your desk. If that's what it takes, then that's what I'll do. That motherfucker stood up. What the fuck he say to me? What the fuck he say to me? My chief looked over. He's like, I think he said do a line of cocaine on your desk. Haha, fuck that dude. I got out. Then I was a cop. I was a cop in the Navy too. I was a great cop for you guys. I was terrible for the Navy. I just let everybody go. I didn't see the point of arresting people. It was like, what the fuck? It's just paperwork I got to fill out. I ain't trying to do all that. Yeah, because 90% of stuff you get on base is like DUIs or something like that, you know? So that's why I like to work at nights. I work 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Nobody's looking over my shoulder. I could do what I wanted. So I can't tell you how many people I pulled over and let go. Because what I would do, as long as you was cool, I'd take your keys. I'd say, look, I get off at 6 a.m., be at the Master of Arms office at 6 a.m., I'll give you your keys back. And I'd drop them off at the barracks or base housing. Nobody ever slept. I never had a motherfucker. I never went home with somebody's keys. I don't care if I pulled a motherfucker over at 5:45. That motherfucker wake up and be at the Master Arms office at 6. Because I remember one night I pulled over the captain of the base. I know it was the captain. I pulled him. He was so fucked up. He was drunk as shit. And I go up to the driver's side window, I go, oh, fuck, that's the captain. And he had a girl in the car with him. And I don't know who the girl was, but it was not the lady in all the pictures all over the base with them. I ain't trying to start no shit. So when I saw it was the captain, I said, hey, how you doing, sir? We got two choices. You can give me your keys and I'll drop you off at your house and just pick up the keys in the morning when I get off at 6 a.m. Or I can give you a field sobriety test and we can see how that works out. And he goes, because I don't want to pull you over tonight. You're by yourself. so he's like, yeah, I'm gonna go with the first option. I said, that's a smart move, sir. So I dropped him off by himself at his house. Next morning, 6 a.m., we had shift change. Everybody's freaking out. They're like, oh, fuck, the captain's outside. The captain's outside. I know I was there. I got the motherfucker's keys. So I walked outside. He had his hand right here. I just dropped him in there. He grabbed it. I thought nothing of it. Thought it was over with. Week later, I'm at midday muster. My chief calls me up. Petty officer Owen front and center. I go, who the fuck snitched? So I go up there, and my chief was like, we got letter of accommodation from the captain of the base. What a fine job you're doing on night patrol. I was like, me? Yeah, I was like, oh. Yeah, he doing too much right now, bro. But once I realized that happened, I was like, oh, I don't have to salute him anymore because I had to see him on the base, and I tell my boys, watch, I'm gonna walk up to the captain, I ain't gonna salute him. They say, motherfucker, you'll get in trouble. I'll be like, watch. I'll be walking up, I go, how you doing, sir? He goes, ooh, this motherfucker right here, he's back. It's funny too, like being in the military too, like, I know you've seen this shit on YouTube and stuff, these homecomings, like these Army dudes or these Marine dudes or Navy dudes, Air Force dudes, they're like, they'll be gone for like a year and a half, 2 years, and then they'll come back and like they'll have their wife and kids. They'll be like at mid-court at the Warriors game, and they don't know the husband's right there underneath the basket, and they look at the big screen like they got a $500 gift card from Pete's. And they're like, you get $500, you can get coffee, Danishes, lattes. And they go, turn around. They turn around, the dad's there and they come running in, everybody's crying. It's some emotional shit. Like you can get on YouTube right now and look it up. They'll splice like 10 of these things together and all of them are good. Whenever I watch it though, listen, I'm cool if we do the Army and Marine homecoming, but not the Navy. Let's stop, let's slow it down, okay? I was in the Navy. We didn't have no bullets flying by our head. We weren't in the trenches. We in the middle of the goddamn ocean. Like we in the war, but we kinda in the war. Stop acting like we war heroes when we come home and shit. It's literally like, it's like an earthquake hitting San Jose and a motherfucker calling somebody in Fresno. You good? The fuck you talking about? There was an earthquake. That's the San Jose. You in Fresno, you close? That's the Navy. We close to the war, but we ain't in the war. Cause you got the Marines, the Army guy, man, them motherfuckers in the sand. They got bullets flying by. They got grenades coming at them. Motherfucker, we on the ship. We have movie night on Monday, space tournament on Tuesday. We had a goddamn talent show in the middle of the fucking war. So you got Marines, Army motherfuckers, they shooting and shit. I'm up there singing Backstreet. Nah, baby, nah, baby. No. Dun, 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 dun. Dun. Got second place. Some country motherfuckers sing the hell out of Garth Brooks. I go, God damn. So can we slow down the Navy homecomings, please? Every time I see them Navy motherfuckers, I be like, come on now. How you go to war and gain 20 pounds? This motherfucker can't run to his kids. He's like, yeah! It's weird too. It's weird because I got like, my grandpa was in the Navy. My dad was in the Navy. You know, it's weird. Like my dad at one point, he was young. He was like 18, he was stationed in the Philippines. So I'm pretty sure I got some brothers and sisters over there. I'm almost positive. It was a different time when he was in the Navy. I was wondering why every time Manny Pacquiao would fight, I'd root for him hard. It's like, I really want him to win. Like my grandpa actually married my grandma in the middle of World War II. So in the 1940s, they got married. Sometimes I've been thinking, what was on the radio that night? What was on the radio the night my grandpa married my grandma? Like, what was the jam? When the wedding's over, my grandpa took my grandma back to the hotel, bent her over the bed, just turns on the radio. I see stars, skies, redbirds too. Oh! Oh! You are beating this pussy up, Edward. You are tearing this pussy apart. And I said to myself, what a wonderful world. Beat that pussy up, Grandpa. It's funny too, because when you're a kid and you just hanging out with your family, you don't realize like there's some shit going on in your family that is not normal, right? Like for my grandparents, for example. So my grandparents had 9 kids. They have 5 girls and 4 boys, and all 5 girls were pregnant as teenagers. What the fuck was going on in my grandparents' house that every woman was wilding? And my mom waited the longest to have me. She was 17. All her sisters must have been looking at her like, what the fuck you waiting on? You trying to drive yourself to the pediatrician? Miss Independent? Because I remember right, my grandpa passed about 14 years ago. I remember right before he passed, one of his last wishes, he wanted everybody to get together. He wanted just one big family reunion. And so, you know, that was not an easy feat trying to get everybody together because out of all the kids, all my aunts and uncles, everybody had at least 3 kids. At least 3 kids. So that little like grandkids, a lot of great grandkids. So we finally got everybody together. Got this big family reunion thing going on, and we hired a photographer. He had the tripod, the wide angle lens, and we was all gonna get this one family picture one last time because you know my grandpa didn't have a lot of time left. And I'm sitting there, I'm writing this to my grandpa, my hands on, and the dude will not take the picture. And I was like, dude, take the picture. He kept yelling at me. He goes, scared, come here, come here. I said, man, take the picture. He goes, I can't, come here. I go and I went behind the camera. I said, what's the problem? He goes, look. So I looked in the camera, and my grandpa was heavy, and he had shorts on. His right ball was peeking out of the shorts. And the camera dude was like, I can see his ball. I can see his right ball. I can't take the picture. I can see his ball. I said, okay, I'll go talk to him. Now you tell me you can see my balls, I'm embarrassed. Not my grandpa. I went up to him, I said, hey grandpa, your right ball. Put your right ball away, we can see your right ball. My grandpa was like, He goes, all yous started with this. I was like, well, you let that motherfucker hang then, Grandpa. I ain't thinking like that. I tell you what, man. We're in a weird age right now where we don't watch TV shows like we used to. Like when I was growing up, you had to wait, like the day of the week the TV show came out, and then that's when you watched it. Now we just binge watch everything. And that was the biggest thing about COVID that I didn't like was I started binge watching all these shows, and shows that I did like, I no longer liked because I watched too many episodes and realized a lot of this shit is bullshit. Like that show Undercover Boss. Like that was one of my favorite shows. And all of a sudden I watched like 8 hours straight, and I was like, oh man, this is a bunch of bullshit. Like every episode ends the same, and it's the same format. It starts out, you get some CEO of some multi-million-dollar corporation, and this dude wants to go undercover where the minimum wage workers are working, and he wants to see how he can help boost morale and productivity within his company. So the dude will put on like a wig and a beard and a hat, and he'll show up at some company like it'd be like the CEO of Panera. Like Panera Bread. And this 65-year-old man will just show up one day unannounced at Panera. They'll pair him up with like some 23-year-old chick. And he only works for like an hour. And this chick has to teach him how to make lattes and soups and cookies and stuff like that. And you know, because that's normal. 65-year-old motherfucker just showing up to work the line with a camera crew. That happens every day. And like I said, they only work for an hour, and then the 65-year-old dude and the young lady, they go in the back of Panera on a break, and they're in this break room, and this chick will open up her whole fucking life to this man she's known for an hour. That shit don't happen in real life. I worked at Taco Bell in high school. I can't imagine some 65-year-old dude showing up at Taco Bell. I got to train him, and after an hour, we go in the back, and he starts asking me undercover boss type questions. So we're just sitting there. Hey, Gary, hey. Thank you for training me today at Taco Bell. Do you like working at Taco Bell? I mean, it's all right, it's Taco Bell. Oh, motherfucker, yeah, it's my dream job. What the fuck are you talking about? So, Gary, let me ask you one more question. Why did you choose to work at Taco Bell? What? Why are you asking all these questions, man? I don't know you. Ask yourself that question. Why you working at Taco Bell? I'm 17, you 65. Now fuck this motherfucker, man. I'm supposed to be on the register. I'm back in this hot-ass kitchen, banging out these bean and beef burritos, because this old motherfucker finally wants to do something with his life. Can't put the sour cream in the gun. His hand's shaking and shit. Oh, fuck that, man. But that shit don't happen on Undercover Boss. That 65-year-old man takes that young lady in the back. This chick will open up her whole fucking life, man. He'll just sit there. So, hey, thank you for training me today at Panera. You like working at Panera? I love it. It's everything I wanted, you know? Like when I got here, I thought I'd be here 6 months, but here I am 3.5 years later, you know? And now I can run the register by myself. I can make the soups by myself. I can make the salads by myself. Because when I got here, my life didn't really have a direction. It didn't. And now it does. And that direction starts with a P and ends with an A. And in the middle, there's an Panera. And right now, my whole focus, I'm going to go climb the top of that Panera mountain. I don't know where the mountain is. When I find it, I'm going to climb it. I'm not coming down. So I get all the Panera. But you're a beautiful young lady. You could probably choose to work anywhere. Why would you choose to work at Panera? It is, you know, my dad's got cancer, and growing up, my dad used to make oatmeal for me every morning. And now that I'm at Panera, I'm actually in charge of the oatmeal raisin cookies. So every morning when I wake up and I mix that batter up to make those cookies, I think about my dad and how my dad used to make me oatmeal. Now I'm making other people oatmeal with raisins in it. And it's not perfect here at Panera. It's not, you know, because if I could change one thing about this company, I just wish we put 2 more raisins in every oatmeal raisin cookie. Because right now we put 16 raisins in every cookie and we can't guarantee a raisin in every bite. And we're selling our customers an oatmeal raisin cookie. What we should call it is oatmeal, maybe you'll get a raisin cookie. You know, and I got a son. He's everything to me, but he's blind. He can't see shit. But he loves the smell of oatmeal raisin cookies. So every morning when I take that first batch of cookies out of the oven, I close my eyes and I take a whiff of those cookies. And I know my dad's in my heart and my son's in my nose. At that very moment, they come together as I sniff those oatmeal raisin cookies. And I got a daughter. She's my light. My son's my world, but she's my light. But she doesn't want to be a girl anymore. She wants to be a boy. So I'm trying to save up for the surgery, but you got to be at Panera for 6 years to qualify for medical insurance. And I've only been here 3.5, so I got to wait 2.5 more years, and hopefully we can have the surgery and I can turn Jennifer into James. And that's the first 30 minutes. So then they go to commercial break, and then they come back. And when they come back, now the CEO, he done went home, got a shower, shaved, got a 3-piece suit on. Now he's really looking like the CEO of a company. And then he sits down in this big, beautiful office. And then they show the girl that was just with him 5-6 hours earlier. Now she's in a limo headed to Panera corporate headquarters. Then they sit her down in this room and she's looking around. Then this dude walked in that she was just with earlier that day. But now he looks different. And she's just staring at this dude like, I know you, but I don't know how I know you. She's just looking. What? Charlie? Charlie? Is that you, Charlie? Well, my name's not Charlie, first of all. My real name is Douglas Krause. I am the CEO of Panera Bread. And I gotta tell you, that 60 minutes I spent with you today changed everything for me. It really did. I saw your passion for our company. I saw your enthusiasm for our customers. And I said to myself, wow, this is a young lady we need here for a long, long time. So after I left you today, I took a few steps to ensure your place at Panera for years to come. The first thing I did when I left you today, I made a $10,000 donation to the Cancer Society in your father's name. That's the first thing I did. The second thing I did, I ordered 30,000 raisins to be distributed all throughout the country. So tomorrow morning, we're gonna put 2 more raisins in every cookie, and we're now gonna guarantee a raisin in every bite. Thanks to you, I appreciate that. And then you told me about your son and how your son's blind. And I wasn't okay with that. So I wanna give your son my eyes. What the fuck? Panera! Panera! Wow. Emotional, I get it. Let it out, let it out. And then you told me about your daughter, how your daughter needs that surgery, but you don't qualify for medical insurance. So I went and I put in a waiver. You are fully covered immediately through Panera Bread. You don't have to wait 2.5 more years. You can apply for that surgery tomorrow. Still wasn't enough though, still wasn't enough. Whew. So I talked over with my wife. I want to help your family out, and I want to give your daughter my dick. I want to cut my dick off and give it to your daughter. What the fuck? My daughter's gonna have a dick. My daughter's gonna have a dick. My son's gonna see it. My son's gonna be able to see my daughter's dick. Stupidest fucking show on TV. We crying and shit. So here's the thing. Here's where I'm at in my life right now. I am by no means a relationship expert at all. But I feel like over the last couple years, I have really, I got to know myself a lot better. And I think I got to know men, like what men want out of relationships and everything. And I can only speak from a man's perspective. I can't speak from a female's perspective. But it's not complicated. It really isn't, And I see we got couples in here tonight, but then if you're single, I want to help the single ladies out too in here. So listen, ladies, if you're single, okay, and you're out there dating, you're trying to meet Mr. Right, and you're meeting different guys. Listen, when you meet a guy and you go on a date, especially the first date, fuck. Immediately. That's all I got. I just figured I'm about to get all deep and shit. Hell no, it's time to fuck. It was funny, the whole crowd was like, where's they going with this? Because that's all guys want, ladies. That's all, we just want to fuck. Like seriously, we don't care about your hopes and your dreams and your goals in life. We don't. We just want to fuck. And until we fuck, everything you say to us is going back to fucking everything. Oh my God, I just got my master's from Harvard. I ain't never had no Harvard pussy. Had some community college pussy, that was good, but Harvard, that's Ivy League. Because I know I did that movie Think Like a Man, And in that movie, Steve Harvey, he wrote that book. And, you know, when I read the book, and I read that part where he was telling women, he was telling people to wait 90 days. When I read that, I was like, this is the dumbest shit I have ever read in my life. Ain't no dude waiting 90 days. I read that book like it was fiction. Like, who wrote this? Harry Potter? This ain't real. Ain't no dude waiting 90 days. I wish a woman would tell me wait 90 days this stage of my life. Woman, Gary, I need you to wait 90 days. All right. I wait 90 days for you. I'm gonna fuck 3 other girls in the meantime. But I'm gonna wait 90 days because you asked. 90 days is up. Oh my God, I can't believe you waited. I know, I surprised myself. But you're worth it. She's not. We trying to fuck, man. And I think women would probably sleep around sooner with men if they weren't worried about being called names, you know? Because I don't like how we got this double standard in society where a man can sleep with a bunch of women, he's still a man. But a woman wants to sleep with a bunch of dudes, all of a sudden she's a hoe, she's a thought. Stop thinking like that, ladies. They're just words. It can't hurt you. That's not who you are. You are so much more than that. I mean, seriously, think about it. What's a hoe? It's a couple letters. Hell, say it 3 times, it's Christmas. Come on now, Santa Claus in town. Come get these gifts, it's time to fuck. What you talking about? I would never do that. I would never just randomly call some woman I don't know a hoe or a thought. I wouldn't do it. Like if you're walking around the mall, you see a woman walk around the mall and she got 4 kids, come to find out it's from 4 different dudes. Some people might call her a hoe. They will. Oh, she a hoe. She got 4 kids with 4 of them dudes. She's a hoe. Not me. I see a woman with 4 kids from 4 different dudes. That's a woman with some really amazing pussy. I said, hold on. Let me get this straight. 4 separate dudes hit that raw and refuse to pull out. That shit must be amazing. That pussy must be fire. I want to feel that flame. Because you got to think about it. You really got to think about it. By the time the 4th baby daddy got up in there, that motherfucker do the math. That motherfucker knew he had to pull out and still couldn't. He knew she had 3 other kids. You can't hide 3 motherfucking kids. Hell, the kids probably at the door trying to get in the room. Mom! I'll be out in a minute, damn. That dude was just in there. I gotta get out of here. I should probably leave soon. Oh shit. Oh, fuck, she got me. You can't be mad when she calls you 2 months later. I'm pregnant. I had a feeling you was gonna call me. Just take that L, enjoy little man. Fuck, you might be an astronaut. Don't think so low of him. Because that's the only one of the 10 commandments I don't agree with, is when they say, wait till you get married before you have sex. You can't do that. You can't do that. I don't know. I think Jesus and God have a sense of humor. Because this is the truth, ladies. Men, we really don't know how we feel about you till we nut. And that's the truth. Because I guarantee you, every dude in this room, at one point in your life, you had a girl you thought you really liked, and then you nutted, and everything changed. It's not our fault. We can't explain it. It just happens. We'd be like, ugh, I want you to leave. It's not our fault. We don't know until it happens. And we'll come up with some fucking excuses to get you out of the house. I got a dentist appointment in the morning. It's 3 a.m. I know my dentist is at 6, so Yeah, my dentist is in Napa, so I gotta get going here pretty soon. Going to hit traffic, rush hour. Don't be mad at us, it just fucking happens, man. If you're in a relationship, ladies, with the dude, one thing is, like, you gotta be open to trying new shit. Especially if you want a dude to not fuck anybody else. Only you. You better be open to some trying new shit. Because, and if your dude asks you to try some shit he's never done before, you better fucking do it. I'm telling you, don't be judging him for real. Not me. I'm just saying, somebody out there will do it. So, because man, we don't question shit. We get excited when our woman says shit. Shit we never did before. It ain't gotta make no goddamn sense to us. We don't give a fuck. Suck on my left titty, put your pinky in my ear, dang your balls on my pussy, don't put nothing in. Got it? I don't know what the fuck you getting at this, but you my woman. We ain't gonna suck the right titty, the left titty. We ain't gonna disrespect you, you said left. Cause I'm at a point in my life, I'm trying everything, I don't give a fuck. I'm saying whatever I want, just to see if it happens. Half the time, I don't even mean it. I'll be sitting there, suck my balls from the back. Oh my God, she's doing it. I was kidding. I remember the first time I did that shit, girl was in the bed, I'm at the window, looking down at the pool. It's like 11 a.m., I'm fucking around, suck my balls from the back. This girl jumped out of bed like, I was like, oh my God. I was kidding. So now I'm stuck. I'm literally stuck on this window. And I felt dirty because we was at a Disney resort. So I'm looking at all these little fucking kids playing at the pool. And she just wouldn't stop. Okay, I asked her to do it. Now I can't ask her to stop. So I'm trying to get her to change the subject and, hey, you want to go swimming? You want to go swimming? She's still in the sun. She gave me a thumbs up. I was like, oh, fuck. You want to get a cabana? Yeah, let's get a cabana. So that's when she stopped. So now I had to get a cabana. I wasn't planning on getting a cabana that day. So then we're sitting at a cabana, and she gets the menu, and she goes, can I get chicken fingers and fruit? I said, you can get whatever the fuck you want. You just suck my balls from the back. The menu is yours. The fuck am I do? No, one or the other. Whatever the fuck you want, get it. And I'm just saying that to say this. Listen, I'm frugal. I'm not cheap, but I'm frugal. So I don't just splurge. I don't pop bottles. I ain't just getting cabanas to get it. But if anybody ever runs into me at a resort and there's cabanas and I'm laying there and there's a woman next to me, just remember, that woman sucked my balls from the back to get that cabana. Don't think I just got it. Now, if you see me sitting by the pool and I'm just in a regular ass chair, that girl said no. So you gotta fight skin cancer like everybody else. And you don't get the fruited chicken fingers, one or the other. Can I get the fruited chicken fingers? You can substitute the fries for fruit. You don't get both. I can't believe you won't let me get both. Well, I couldn't believe you wouldn't suck my balls from the back. So, looks like we both in disbelief today. It's funny too, because man, everybody always remembers their first time you sleep with somebody. But I think as a dude, man, I think the first time you finger a girl is almost as big as the first time you sleep with a girl. Because it's usually the first time you touch a woman's private part. That's a big day. Because I still remember the first day I did it. I'm vividly. It's seared in my brain. Because I was in high school, and it was the first week of school, 11th grade year. And, first week of school, you aren't really doing shit, And I had never messed with a girl before this point. Not really, because I was a late bloomer. I didn't have puberty till late, like all the way up to past 10th grade. Nothing popping off. I look like the movie. Then I hit puberty, and then I showed up to school 11th grade, and me and this girl, it was at lunch, and we ended up in the gym. I'm not gonna blow her spot up, but shouts out to Brenda. Not gonna give the last name. So me and Brenda ended up in the gym, and we're making out, and then my hand went up her shirt. And that's the first time I ever touched a titty in my life. But I never went inside the bra because I was nervous. And I remember I was just rubbing on her titty, and I was like, damn, Brenda got a real bra. My mom got bras like this. I've seen bras like this in the dryer. And then my hand went down her shirt, and I hit the belly button. And I started playing with it. And she's like, Gary, you know that's my belly button? I said, I know. I didn't. I thought I was there. I was thinking, damn, Brenda gonna have tiny ass babies. How's she gonna push a baby out of this tiny hole? Then I looked at the clock, and I was like, oh, lunch is almost over. I gotta make a move. So I put my hand down her pants. I had no idea how the female body worked. I didn't know when your fingers are down there for a few seconds, the weather's gonna change dramatically. Because I was like, oh, you leaking. You leaking, Brenda. You gotta go see the school nurse. Something wrong with you. Your shit broke. Your shit, what the fuck is this shit? Did you get bit by a spider? What kind of Peter Parker pussy you got, Brenda? I remember walking around the halls just intrigued all day with my hand. I went to football practice. I couldn't put my shoulder pads on. My boy came over, Gary, what's wrong? I said, motherfucker, I put my finger on a girl's pants, now my hand's sticky as shit. He was like, Brenda? Ain't this a bitch? Here's the crazy part about that whole story. 15 years later, I'm back in my hometown. I'm at IHOP. Guess who my goddamn waitress is? Fucking Brenda. And she came walking over. She was like, Gary Owen, you remember me? I said, you know I do. She was like, you still ain't shit. And walked away. I was like, what, girl? The fuck, I forgot? No, motherfucker, I fingered you. So listen, just so this isn't one-sided, I'll say this is for the fellas too. Just know this about women. I mean, obviously, eating pussy is very important in relationships. Very important. One girl said, woo woo, what the fuck? I ain't never heard that noise. Yeah, we gotta eat pussy, woo woo. But here's the thing, man. We gotta put our male ego aside sometimes and start asking women when you're down there how you're doing. Don't assume you got the game on lock. Just start to ask once in a while. Because I can just speak from personal experience on this. I learned a long time ago to put my ego aside and really listen when women are saying shit. Because, oh man, there was one particular day that really changed the direction of my life when it comes to sex and everything. I was 23 years old, messing with this chick, and I go down on her, and I think I'm doing pretty good, you know? And all of a sudden, the minute of me going down on her, she was just like, Gary, what the fuck are you doing right now? And I just remember I looked up, I said, I don't really know, honestly, like nobody ever taught me how to eat pussy. Looking back on that night, I was all over the place. At one point I was blowing on her. What the fuck was I blowing on it for? Now, my life could have went in two different directions that night. I could have went off on that chick because she was being honest with me. I could have went off. Bitch, you don't send me a pussy. I pussy all day, bitch. But I didn't say that. I could hear the hurt and the disappointment in her voice. So when she yelled at me, I was just like, I don't know. Can you help me? Can you help me get better, please? And she did. She helped me get better. So for the next 2 weeks, every couple days I would go to her house, and I got better. And I remember, I remember like 2 weeks later, I remember she just looked down at me. She was like, "Oh my God, Gary, you have come so far." And I just looked up. I said, "Thanks to you. Thanks to you." Now, can you imagine if I would have let my male ego get in the way? Oh my God. I'd still be all over the country blowing on pussies. Now, I still got to take the L in this story. I'm still the loser here, because any women that ever messed with me before the age of 23, and they're out there scattered, right? Every time my face pops up on a TV screen or in some movie, there's women out there looking at their girlfriends. "Ooh, that non-pussy motherfucker. What? Yeah, girl, he went down on me one time. He started blowing on my pussy. What? Yeah, girl, I'm trying to get wet. This motherfucker drying me off and shit." Guilty. Guilty. I gotta get out of here. I appreciate you guys hanging with me tonight. I'm Gary Owen. Thank you guys. Good night.
I don't know. Ask Lisa.